Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sure we're all watching the Winter Olympic Games and fall in love with this girl. The confidence, the persistence, and the passion for excellence. It's really hard not to adore her, right? So today I want to go over 5 books that will help to transform your mindset when we're trying to build these great personal qualities within us. Oh, by the way, as you notice, this video is in English, so I hope you guys don't mind because this is something I'm trying to learn. And I thought, may as well just take you guys on this journey with me, so yes, and let's get started. Alright, the first one is confidence and self-love. So this book is called Rising Strong by Brené Brown. I would say that her research on vulnerability has really given me the courage to be proud of my work and to be proud of to be me and to be okay with being uncomfortable. Because without being uncomfortable and vulnerable, we're not really growing. You got to be outside of your comfort zone in order to expand and to break through, right? I would say that this book really gave me the courage, the confidence to open up, especially with this channel, where I'm recording the journey and exploring the possibilities for myself. And to be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea what this may turn into because I'm not really following a traditional path. But anyway, I'm really enjoying the process of being uncomfortable and growing. And this book really gave me the confidence to shrug off the haters and trolls a lot easier. Just like Eileen's reply to her haters.
I'm not trying to keep anyone happy, and I'm using my voice to create as much positive change as I can for the voices who will listen to me. And so if other people don't really believe that that's where I'm coming from, then that just reflects that they do not have the empathy to empathize with a good heart. They don't share the same kind of morals that I do. And in that sense, I'm not going to waste my time trying to placate. That's their loss.
Right? Brené Brown always shares this quote. I'll put it here on screen because it's kind of long. It basically talks about how criticizing is really cheap and it's really easy. If you are not in the arena, you're not really creating and trying to do the same thing as her, then quite frankly, your opinion doesn't really matter. Let's move on to the second category, relationship, which I think is very, very important in all aspects of our lives. And this book is called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. As you can see from the title, the book is mainly about productivity concept, but I'm not going to expand on that part. What I really wanted to share with you guys today is the habit number 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This basically helped me to improve the way I both build and deepen the relationship with people. You see, most people listen with what he calls an autobiographical point of view. You are listening because you're waiting to respond with something from your own perspective, from your own experience. Well, we naturally want to talk about ourselves a little bit more, so that's completely normal, right? But we do want to build meaningful relationship with people around us. However, we don't really take enough time and effort to really put ourselves in the shoes of the other person, consider their perspective, and try to see it the way the other person sees it. He calls this empathetic listening. And when you can really listen empathetically, and when you can actually do this perspective shift, you become better able to understand the meaning and the context behind what somebody else is trying to tell you. And in doing so, not only you are building much better and much deeper relationship with them, your message will also be better delivered. What's amazing about this is it applies to all kind of relationship. No matter if it's with your co-worker, your boss, your employee, and your clients, or with your partner, family, and friends, you're able to make lives of everyone around you so much better. And it helps us to be a better husband and wife, parents, leaders, team players. It'll help you to finally overcome the obstacles both in your personal and professional life. It's such a transformative book that I can't recommend enough. Moving on to the third category, which is persistence and discipline. This is probably one of the most popular topic ever in the self-improvement world. You know, for so long, I thought that excellence was only reserved for the elite or for those insanely gifted people just like Eileen. But these 2 books, Grit by Angela Duckworth and Atomic Habits by James Clear, they really reminded me that excellence is actually available to anyone that is willing to put in the work every single day. Grit has been the hardest word in the field of education since this book was published in 2016. It was considered to be more important than IQ or talent. To have grit means you have perseverance and passion for very long-term goals. It really means how consistently you're working in certain direction over a very long period of time. Despite Eileen's family background everyone's talking about, I think she's definitely a very gritty person. Well, this will make a lot of sense once you read the book or watch my videos about this book. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. This is one of my favorite quotes from Aristotle. Atomic Habits is really great follow-up read to Grit. I think they stack really well on top of each other. I mean, have you ever thought about this? Maybe it's not because we don't have grit in us, or it's not because you are not a disciplined person. It's because you don't have a habit of being greedy or being disciplined yet. Did you know? If you work to be 1% better every single day, you will be nearly 37 times better in just 1 year. This, my friend, is the same way money multiplies through compound interest. Your habits multiply as you repeat them. Today is the 366th day since I posted my very first video online. I'm not entirely sure if my videos now are 37 times better than my very first one. I didn't quite work every single day, but mostly I feel more comfortable than before. I feel like with learning, self-improvement, and productivity in general, these are the things that require delayed gratification. They don't just happen overnight. Success don't just happen overnight. It requires patience, time, and putting the work every single day. Again, you have to read the book to find out how you can do the same. And I made some videos about it, so check them out if you like. Okay, we're now moving on to the career and passion category. I'm gonna recommend you guys to read Pivot by Jenny Blake. And this is a fantastic book for anybody who wants to potentially move around and even change their career path. You know, it's a super common thing nowadays. A lot of people, especially when they're in their career for like 3 to 5 years or even shorter than that, they start to realize that, hey, I kind of don't like what I'm doing right now. I want to do something completely different. But you're like, you know, well, I spent all this time and effort and money in the university and in my current role, I don't really want to risk, you know? I don't want to lose everything that I have already gained. And also my parents or my relatives or people around me persuaded me not to do it. You know, these feelings of guilt, right? What I'm trying to say is that you have to realize that wanting to change and wanting to move up in the world is actually a very healthy thing. It means that you have this drive to learn, to adapt, and to grow. Me and Michelle have studied and worked in different countries. We both changed our career paths to a completely different fields for different reasons, right? And for me, even more than once. We can probably talk about this all day long. I'm not sure if you guys want to hear about it. But what we got to know here is that what you need is strategic endeavor. And this book has a lot of strategy to offer, a lot of case studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a Chinese version of this book yet. But if you guys know it, please feel free to leave a comment below. So I'll share one of the concepts in this book. A lot of us get fed up with where we are, and then we quit our job, or all of a sudden we got laid off for whatever reason and we don't really know where to go. Maybe find a similar job or, you know, go on to a completely new area where you know nothing about. Jenny Blake suggests that we should ask ourselves a couple of questions like, can I invest a little bit of time, money, and resources into a potential direction beforehand? Are there little experiments that I could run in my free time without giving up everything that I have right now? You know, maybe it's a course that you can take on nights and weekends, or maybe it's an online course, maybe it's an internship, whatever you can get. At the end of the day, you may just find your passion by doing these tasks completely risk-free. The worst case is probably you find a new hobby or a side hustle that would potentially get you more streams of income, right? What's so bad about that? Yeah, so Jenny Blake, Pivot, I would highly recommend you to check it out. Each one of these books have massively improved the quality of my life, and I hope some of them can do the same thing for you. And if there are any book recommendations that you have for me or any books that changed your life, please let me know in the comments below. So yes, thank you so much for watching my first ever English book recommendations, and I hope you guys like it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.